What's going on, guys? Jerry, another epic video. Today, guys, we'll be going through and why I think the Kshatri-La Archetype is going to be the next Tier 1 Splashable engine that's going to be coming soon out of the Darkwing blast set. I believe we're going to get it here in the TCG. I believe it's October-ish, November-ish, something around that time. So if you guys are new, definitely consider subscribing and following the channel. We're finally only 111 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subs, and us doing the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh giveaway where I'm giving over $700 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards to the grand prize winner. Plus, they'll get a booster box as well that's new out that that's out around that time that we hit the 1,000 subscribers. And then also doing two other separate giveaways of another booster box as well. You know, same thing. It's the newest set out at that time. So if you guys are new, definitely consider subscribing. Please make sure you like the video if you guys enjoy videos like this. If you guys have any questions about the video, definitely comment down below. I love responding to your guys' comments and talking to you guys in the chat and the live streams. Speaking of that, I'll do a live stream going through later on today, going through and playing this archetype and some other things as well. If you guys are interested in that, definitely consider joining in. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive in, guys. So first, I want to just go ahead and kind of start off. And we'll go through and look at the card effects and stuff like that. But I just want to explain why I think it's going to be the next Tier 1 Splashable engine. We're going to be getting, guys. The reason being is you get so much insider knowledge from your opponent, it's ridiculous. Let me just go ahead and explain basically how this deck lets you see what your opponent's using in their entire extra deck, all 15 cards, and then you get to pick one, banish it. It also lets you see your opponent's entire hand, pick one card, banish it. It lets you see the top 5 cards of their deck, pick one card, banish it, and put the cards back in the same order. So you're gonna know what card they're gonna draw for turn. So if I don't want them to draw top deck the perfect card, they're gonna top deck it. No, they're not. I'm banishing it. I also can pick up to 3 cards in the graveyard. Up to 3 cards in the graveyard, banish it. I can pick up one of their face-up cards on the field, whether it's monster, spell, or trap, banish it. So you're just getting so much insider knowledge of their deck, especially if whether you're going first or second, even better going first, and you're happy to get these guys out because you're already going to trigger them off and you're already preventing your opponent being able to do stuff. Plus the insider knowledge you can use to play around. To go and build your board and things like that, and making sure you're comboing correctly, and you already got some ideas of what you're playing against, so you already know some of the things to counter for the meta or whatever kind of deck that you're playing, just because of the insider knowledge you're getting thanks to the Kshatri-La monsters. But that's why I think they're going to be Tier 1, guys. Let's go and look through at the monster cards. I've already kind of explained really most of all their effects. We're going to go over which one kind of does what in this sense. Have you seen I've had the unicorn up the entire time, so you probably had plenty of time to read its effect. This one's my favorite one. He definitely, to me, looks the coolest, and he synergizes to me with really getting rest of the others too. So basically what he does, guys, so they're all inherent summons as well. I don't think I mentioned that yet, which is why you see I have mixed with the Scarclaw Archetype. I'll put this deck profile out here soon, guys. Basically, the deck is nothing but inherent summons. So if you're not familiar with what inherent summon is, basically it's nothing your opponent can't interact with the summon. So they can't negate it or they can't chain anything to it, just to kind of sum things up. But yeah, so basically how Unicorn works, once you've, and they all special summon from the hand, guys, when you have no monster cards. So all 3 of them do the same thing. So they all special summon, they're all inherent summons, all 3 of them that we're going to be looking at. And they're all level 7s, and they're all psychics as well, too. So just kind of keep that in mind. The only thing different is their attack and defense points, but their attack and defense is all roughly about the same. It's nothing too majorly different. But this one lets you pull the spell card that's down here, and it's also the one that I mentioned you can banish when your opponent activates basically activate a card, or they activate an effect. You can go through basically a monster card effect, or if you can attack with it, you can banish one of their cards face down. Usually it's going to be a card effect, like a hand trap or something like that. It's very common for me to go first and pop this off and remove something from their extra deck first turn very easily, just because so many people play hand traps these days, so it's very easy to pop that off. Use this effect after you summon them out. You can use the effect to pull the spell card. The spell card is the one that lets you go through and basically you can summon them without tributing for level 7, so you can just normal summon them for your turn without tributing from your hand. You can also bring them back from the graveyard or remove from play. This is also the card that lets you target 3 cards. So if your opponent activates a spell card or a card effect and you control a Kshatri-La monster, this is the one that lets you banish 3 cards in your opponent's graveyard from play. All of them are face down, guys. All these cards that banish, all of them are always banished face down too, so that's really good. It's hard for them to pretty much bring them back. It's very little cards that do that, and most people don't play them anyway. So like basically they're gone from the rest of this duel, which yet again gives you so much more advantage in the matchup. The next one we'll look at is the Ogre. The Ogre, this one here lets you basically go through and allows you to pull the trap card, which we'll look at here in a moment. So basically, the only thing else he does, so this is the one that lets you look at the top 5 cards and go through and pick which one basically you want to go through and banish from the deck. Then the Fenrir, this is the one that lets you go through, and it's the Rhoda. So you can go through and pull any one of the 3 from your deck to your hand, or if he declares an attack, you can, or your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish 1 card face up on the field. That's his other effect. And then you have the Trap. During either player's turn, you can special summon one of your Kshatri-La monsters that's basically in your hand or that's removed from play. So he's really good about it, helping you pop off and kind of get the extensions too. If this is also face up on the field and you have a Kshatri-La monster, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish 1 card face down as well. So if they happen to activate, something, you'll be able to chain that off. And then you've got the Exceed monster as well, the Shargan Law, something close to that. So during the standby phase, so once you bring it out, like basically during your opponent's standby phase, you can activate its effect and pick one of the 3. And now that you've got the insider knowledge, you know which of the 3 to pick. Special summon it out. His effect will activate, and then you can go through and go from there. So you have him out plus one of the others and whatever else you have on board. Now each time your opponent, you banish one of your opponent's cards, you can block one of their spell or trap zones. So this way you can eventually block up, hey, they can't play spell or traps, whichever you want to do. If they would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can just detach 1 card instead. But that's them and the archetype in a nutshell, guys. Like I said, I didn't want this to be too long of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you haven't yet liked the video, please consider liking the video. It does help a lot, especially this being a small YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate your guys' love and support. Hope you guys have a happy 4th of July. That'll do it for this one, guys. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you in the next one.